Hi, welcome to RSVP. I'm your host, Kathleen Cronin, and today we have some people that we had interviewed once before, and we're getting kind of an update. People from Earth Action. We have Gail Ann Kelly, who is the executive director, and Robin Skye, who is an actress and a singer, and is an honorary board member, and is on the steering committee in Los Angeles here. So welcome, both of you.
Thank you.
This was kind of a gift that the gods divined onto us because we didn't think we'd be able to get time to actually have you on as guests while you were still in town because you hail from the East Coast.
Right.
So Gail, you're on a mission again, are you?
I'm on a mission.
Really?
I'm on a mission. Yeah. And last time I was on the show, we had Chief Turin Crossing Feet Claus from the Iroquois Confederacy with us. And I'm sorry to say that he was going to make this trip with me, but he was unable to because there is a lot of problems on the reservations of the Iroquois Confederacy back east. And I'm very concerned about what's going on there. I think it's a concern of all of us because what happens to the native people here, what happens to the earth people, whatever happens to them happens to us. And I'd like to explain a little bit of that if I could.
Please do.
I have traveled all over the world with Turin, and I've met with indigenous people as well as world leaders, and we've discussed time and time again what is happening to our Mother Earth. And I just don't know if people really get it. And the only people that seem to understand this are the people that have held fast to the traditional ways of the earth, and that is the native people. These are the people that can help to restore balance to the earth, to our air, to our water, to our land. But no one's talking to them. No one's asking them how to do this. I don't understand this at all. I don't understand the complacency. I don't understand the disrespect. I don't understand the genocide. I don't understand any of this. And I, for one, among many other people that work with me and in groups and organizations of their own, are getting more and more and more impatient and concerned about what's going on. Because, Kathleen, this affects all of us. All of us. Without water, we die. Without air, we die. Without good food, we die. And we know what bad food can do to our body. It can destroy us emotionally, it can destroy us mentally, and it can destroy us physically. Those are scientific facts. And the earth people, and especially the Native American, who is one of the oldest indigenous people left, they have many of the answers, many of the keys to restore balance. And I do not understand why this bridge is not being built between traditional and modern people.
Gail, I couldn't agree with you more. And as I sit here listening to you, I think that perhaps people would want to know what it is specifically. You said that there was trouble on the reservation. Is there something specific that we can know about? Is there something specific that we might be able to do if it relates to something that, there's some action that we can take, or is it out of our hands?
Well, I think some of it's out of our hands, and some of it we can address. I think the first way we can address it is to find out what's going on, because their problem is our problem, and we're ignorant, and we remain ignorant. And I've been, like I said, around the world many times, and there's no news coverage here of what's going on there. I have to ask the question why. And yet we can turn on the television and we can see, El Salvador or Nicaragua. But what about the reservations? What about our own people here that are going through the same kinds of problems? Why is that not being addressed? So I think, first of all, we have to ask the question, and then we have to gather the information. Because without the information, without asking the question, we can't begin to find an answer. So it's to begin with the question, why do we not know what's going on? And how do we get more information? Because it's not coming to us. It's not being made available. And it's not because Native people don't want it being made available. Their plight has been one that they have been, trying to get out to the public for a long, long time. But they have been unsuccessful.
Are these issues that are government issues that are, in other words, I'm still not clear about the problem that,
Right.
that is going on right now.
I'm dodging a little bit. You know,
Yeah.
I'm dodging a little bit because I'm not at liberty to speak about all the issues. Some of them are government issues, absolutely. You know, we'd be naive to say they weren't. Some of them are internal disputes. But who plants those seeds, I don't know. You know. Right now up in Big Mountain, here, up in, Arizona, not too far from, right here, right. You know, the Navajo people and the Hopi people, the Navajo people didn't come from Big Mountain. They were relocated there by the government. And now the Navajo people and the Hopi people are having problems, you know. Well, Indians lived side by side for thousands and thousands of years with no problems. I'm going to be bold, okay? I believe that there's genocide taking place in this country. I believe that if you put an Indian up against a white man, the white man can't do anything about it because the Indian has a sacred knowledge and a sacred way of living that protects him. And he's governed by different kinds of laws, if you will. But if you put an Indian against an Indian, then you have problems. And I believe this is what's going on. And I believe it's being instigated from the outside. And I am very angry. I'm very concerned. And I'm also very compassionate for all the people that this involves. The Native Americans, the Americans that don't know, you, me, Robin,
Right.
all of us, all of us.
I know the pain your heart feels. I sense the emotional impact that that has. I share with you, I'm not sure how even quite to express the frustration. And not only with when this is brought to our attention, but this is something, Robin, that I think you being in show business, you're an actress, you're part of the cultural flow of Los Angeles. I struggle all the time. I don't think there's a day that goes by when I'm not driving in my car and looking at what happens as we go and my experiences in the day before and the night before and my interaction with people. And I personally feel so much like I want to just get out. I want to get out of the system that I am in, that I am part of, that I am indoctrinated into,
Yes.
that the standards and the values and the way that we live is so unnatural,
Yes.
and yet we are part of it and we don't know what to do about it. And those of us that share these frustrations, I know what I go through
Yeah.
personally. And I act like everything's fine. And inside, I know that frustration is costing me deeply. And I sense that my experience is shared by many, many people.
Especially now.
Yes, but it's a quiet, seething.
Killer.
Exactly.
It's killing us.
That's right.
That's, excuse me, I think that's, you know, being somebody who chooses to work in the industry here, and also spends the majority of my life in service so that I can hopefully affect change on this planet, and so that we can have an opportunity as people in this industry to not only practice our craft, but because we are spokespeople, we have an opportunity to go out there and have more effect on a greater group of people. I think what happens is we get so caught up in the little voices from inside and outside that say it's only about the job, it's only about the money, it's only about the audition. And the truth is that if there's no connection between what's going on in the macrocosm of the planet and what's going on inside, and know that you're stable inside with your truth and who you are, every other voice outside is going to pull you out. And ultimately, all the service that you do in the world and all the people that you try to help and all the causes that you support will not get your service 100% because you succumb to every voice, to the whim of everything in our society. I think it's about finding the individual truth and then serving from that place. And also walking in the industry, whatever industry you're working in, but walking in the industry that we choose, the three of us. You know, I think it's important that we remember that we're here to follow certain instructions, and that's the bottom line. At least that's my truth. We are here to complete a certain task for ourselves and for this planet. And we need to walk from that place so when we drive in our car, we aren't seething in anger or frustration or fear or lack, because we have a foundation from which we walk. And if we can get there, we win, and the planet wins.
But I mean, recently I've met some new people, powerful people, people of influence, people who are successful in the worldly ways, the value system, and my sense of them is that there is, you know, there is that part of them that has this quality that we're kind of meshing in at this moment. And yet I also am keenly aware of their awareness of these what I consider false values. Meaning, who is this important person? What will they mean to me? And they've got millions of dollars. They don't need more. Now, they also talk about the service that they do. These two particular people that I'm thinking of, that I won't mention, I know they do certain service things, like feed some of the homeless that are, you know, in front of them, etc. But there seems to be such an overpowering, corrupt feeling that looms. Another pair of friends of mine, Chris Clements and Jay, his nephew Jay, photographers, they're doing a project, and these are people also interested in Earth Action. They are doing a photographic presentation of the homeless. They're down in parts of Los Angeles that people are afraid to drive in, and they should be. They've given me accounts of what's going on there. They tell me, and they gave this information to share with Earth Action people, there is corruption even in places where they are supposedly doing service. They said the food that they get when there are people watching is different than the food that they get when there's not somebody watching. The clothing that we're gathering for the drives,
Right.
the information from the people on the streets is that those clothes do not get to them. They're picked over by people who are in charge.
And then the remnants are given
The remnants are given to them. Some of the clothes are even sold, and then the very remnants are left to them. What is to be done?
This is where I think that personal responsibility comes in. You know, individual personal responsibility. We cannot wait for the other person to do it right. We have to do it right. I have to do it right. Even if I have to stand alone, I have to do it right. Because it's a personal commitment that I have with my Creator to follow laws that are beyond this man-made system that is destroying us. You can't beat this system. So I don't want to be a part of it. I want to function within the law as best I can, but I want to remember always that there's a higher law. And I want to attune myself to that higher law and take personal responsibility. And one thing about Earth Action is that, and I hope that while I'm here in California and I speak with the California chapter and I reinforce this, we are very aware of what, you know, the pitfalls are in getting something from point A to point B. And so the philosophy that we follow is that it comes from our hands to your hands, from our heart to our heart. For your heart, we go right into the area and make sure that people get the clothes. We've stopped dropping them off even at missions and shelters. We've stopped it. It's a definite hands-on, grassroots, because the system is even corrupt there, just like you say. Right. And we have to acknowledge that as a people, as an individual, and do something about it because it's right. It's right. We know it's right, and if we don't follow that knowing, we're going to get sicker and sicker and sicker, which is what's happening to the society. It's not just the crack, and the marijuana and the heroin and the cocaine. You know, it's the Valium, it's the prescription drugs,
Oh. It's the people who run the drugs, you see. I mean, it goes down to the root of the problem. You know, you say, who's consciously responsible? Is it the kid on the street who goes back and back to the dealer, you know? Or is it the intermediary? Or is it the person, you know, somewhere in some other country who's smuggling it?
Or someone in this country.
In this country. But the bottom line is, every step of the way, this is my truth around it, every step of the way, each person makes the choice to further the action.
That's right.
And I believe that if you live as an example of what your teaching is, you can affect often the most change. Sometimes, as I have been taught, it's not about the doing, it's about the being. Because if you can live every day and whatever way you choose to serve, or however you choose to take responsibility for the way that you live, others will see how you live. And you may get knocked on, you may get tagged a little bit, you may get pushed and shoved for a while, but the truth is, if you know what your truth is and you walk the walk, nobody can question you. Or they may question you, but nobody can jar your truth. They can question, they can ask, they can wonder, all they want, but your truth is yours. And if you wake up every morning and you walk that path, you are a living example of what you're trying to do on this planet. You will affect change simply by your effort.
See, you're meeting a lot of people who talk the talk, but they don't walk it. And you can see that. It's very clear. It's like, you know, a giant screen. There's no hiding that. You know, you can see it very clearly. And we're asking people to walk the walk. And the only way you can do that is as an individual, a personal responsibility. And you can't let others affect you no matter what they're doing. You know, whether, you know, oftentimes people wait for others to take an action, and then they just become a reaction in the world. We have to be our own action in the world, and we have to take right action, no matter what anyone else is doing. And that's the spiritual discipline that we have to develop. We've developed as a society a lot of physical discipline. People work out, people diet, people, you know, study their craft, a lot of physical and mental disciplines. But we have to get back to our roots, you know, a big part of us, which is our spiritual discipline, which helps us to take a right action when we see a lot of wrongdoing, so that we don't get caught up in that and we say, oh, what the heck, or close our eyes to it. It's personal responsibility, because whatever, you know, you see out there is happening in here. Whatever is happening in here, you're going to see out there. And we're all responsible. We're all responsible for it.
I also feel that, for me anyway, because I can't talk for others, but for me, it's not about insta-perfection either. And I sort of want to be really clear about that, because sometimes I've talked to people and they make the effort. For example, in our clothes drive, we've asked for impeccability, that people fold the clothing and that they're clean, and when they pack their boxes, there's a semblance of order, you know, so that when it's presented, it's presented the way that Earth Action chooses to be represented in, and how we choose to walk our walk. But I don't wake up every day, as much as I'd like to be, and say, I'm perfect, look at me, you know, because I think that a lot of people get so frustrated that they're not perfect or doing it right, and so caught up in that they give up, or it becomes blindly frustrating for them, or they want instant results, or it's got to come now, give it to me now. And I know this because I run up against this at times, you know, with people that I love and know, and on my own journey. And I think it's important to know that the effort to get out there and walk that way every single day is what changes consciousness. It's the effort, you know. That's so important.
I would like to say, too, and I think Robin said that very well, and I would just like to add that it's not about the self. It's not about me.
Right.
It's about the highest good for everyone. It's about the plants and the animals that are dying, that add to the balance of nature so you and I can live. It's about the water world and the sky world. Everyone has their own piece of the tapestry that they contribute to called life. If you pull out the animal world, you pull out the water world, you put out the rocks and the minerals, we all fall. You know, it's not about me. It's about us. It's about all of life. Regard and respect for all of life. There's no dignity left. There's no integrity left.
That's right.
You know, and
I do
respect.
know.
Go ahead, Kathleen.
No, you speak the truth, you know. Again, I think that I hear what you're saying, and I know that what you're saying impacts me. I hope, I assume it's impacting somebody that's watching. And how do we put something together in that personal way? I mean, it does always boil down to the individual, the one person. You say it's about all of us, and yet the action has to come from a singular
That's right.
being. And what can we do?
Well, first, you have to ask for help. You have to ask the question, how do I do this? Because the question creates the path. The question creates the journey that you'll take in seeking your answer. I think one of the first things we have to be aware of is that much more is going on than we see, or maybe that we're willing to see.
Are you talking about in a spiritual sense, or
In a spiritual sense, in a physical sense.
do you have God's phone number? We could put that on the screen.
We all have God's
Please.
phone number. You know, we all have it. We just don't know it, you know. We all have it, though.
Would help.
Yeah, it would. We all have a direct line, though. We just, you know, sometimes, though, we have to,
I call it on hold.
well, you have, then you
Spiritual
have,
giggles
you know,
are
you
the
have
best.
to be patient then. Maybe that's a lesson, or you have to persevere, you know. Whatever you have to do to ultimately hear those original instructions. And it's a chore. It's a task. We have to tear down that mountain, that wall we've built up, all those voices that we have, that mind of its own, so to speak.
Huh.
You know, our mind has become such an ultimate computer that it has a mind of its own.
Yes.
Okay? And it's just
I thought that was
programmed.
my line.
It's totally programmed.
That's just what we own.
It's just that weeks ago. He laughed. He thought that was funny. I said, thank you.
Really? So here it is. Well, here it is. There's a higher mind that we have to get in touch with. Higher, you know, we have to regain our dignity, our integrity, to tell the truth. You know, we lie all the time and we don't even know it. You know, words keep us from communicating. They really do. They get in the way. People don't even know what they're saying half the time. You ask them what they mean by what they say, and they're lost. You know, we have to go beyond what we've created and look to see what was created for us. Go back to the natural order and natural ways. And each person is going to do that in their own way. You know, they have to find their way.
Well, I personally, I don't know if this is copping out, but I really have been feeling like I just want to go and live in the woods and live my life out there, and that's fine with me.
That's that
Isn't that-
natural calling, Kathleen. That's, you see, that's what we're talking about. There's a desperation. There's a desperate
right.
calling that's saying, come back to the woods, okay? But what that really means is woods is a symbol for coming back to what's natural, what's peaceful, what's in harmony, what's in balance. That's what that inner calling is for. You know, it's really a symbol for that. So listen.
You mean I can't leave?
Oh, you can if you want. Sure you can.
You know, it's interesting because and I'm very grateful for this. Wow, very grateful. But I was working for a long period of time, and I couldn't just
Yes, you were in
get up.
Les
and-
Miserables.
I was in Les Mis here in town,
Yeah.
and the schedule was prohibitive as far as getting up on the weekends and saying, "Okay, look, I really need a break now. I have to go away." You know, I couldn't, or I chose not to, in order to honor my craft and my contract. I couldn't get up and just split. But the truth is that I made choices to do things that got me out of my head, that said, you're trapped, you cannot affect change, the system is piling up, I've had it up to here, I can't do another day of work. And I would do a form of service, either for the planet or within my organization, or something that served me and the planet as well. You know, because ultimately that balances out. When you're serving the planet, you will serve yourself. It just works that way. That feeling of, I feel really great. I didn't know I wanted to do this, but wasn't this a blast? I'm so glad I did this. And it gets you through, you know, whatever form it takes, however it looks in that moment, so that you can create, you know, your private Idaho in the moments that you think are impossible for you to get away. You can create that. You know, you don't have to get in the car and go up to Lake Arrowhead. You know, and yes, going into the car and going to Lake Arrowhead is equally as important. It's just as important to leave this and go to another environment, but I don't know, just another way.
Can we invite people to participate in Earth Action? We've got about a minute left. And
Right now in America, I'll just talk about America because that's where we're filming right now. We have 2 organizations, one in New York City and one here in Los Angeles. And the director here in Los Angeles is Kate McGregor Stewart. And we'd love you to participate here. There's so much to do. And we do things, many, many things. And we're just looking for your talent and your time, your compassion, and your ability to give and share.
Can I talk about quickly the clothing drive?
Sure.
Clothing
Real
drive.
quick.
Gather up your clothes, please. We're doing a huge clothing drive for the homeless here in town and an orphanage, and for the Native Americans of the reservation who desperately need clothes for the winter. So if you can just pack up your clothes impeccably as you can, please, neatly. We'd appreciate it. And should we give a number so that you know what to do with these things once you packed them?
Yes.
Please call 936-9724. The number again is 936-9724, and you'll receive instructions on where to put the clothing. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thank you
Kathleen.
both for being with.
Thank you for having us, Kathleen.
It's a blessing for me. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you again next time. Bye-bye. Hi, welcome again to RSVP Hollywood. I'm Kathleen Cronin, and I'm just back from Wisconsin. I'm so excited about that trip. It was the best trip probably ever. I was born and raised in Hurley, Wisconsin, a very small town, which probably most of you have not heard about, but those of you that have heard about it remember it well. It was a notorious little town in the north woods of Wisconsin where all of the gangsters used to come. It was, you know, a wide open Sin City. There were books written about it and all that good stuff. Well, they cleaned the town up, and that was a shame in a way, but it's still just like it was when I left, except that the population has doubled. It is now 2006. There were 126 bars in Hurley, Wisconsin. So does that give you an idea of what the recreation was there? It was so beautiful there. I do have an audience here, but I subdued them. I told them they couldn't applaud today, but they could chuckle and laugh. So that's what you'll be hearing in the background occasionally. I told them not to pretend that they weren't here, to pretend that they were here, and they're working on it. Hey, see that? Okay. So the interesting thing today is that my being from Wisconsin, I had the great misfortune, no, just kidding. I met someone that is doing a show that is basically my show. I just didn't know it. And the name of his show is My Talk Show, which is seen on KTLA. It was on at 11:30 at night after Cheers, and now it's on at 12:30, just so those of you who might have wondered where it went, it did not disappear. It's just been placed behind a roster of great television. We've got Cheers, we had let's see, after that comes Taxi, Soap, and then My Talk Show. So we have David Packer with us, and I'm very excited about that. So we've got a clip we're going to show you, and David has done a lot of real interesting work, including the life story of Patty Duke. Call Me Anna, I believe. Yes, that's coming in on a CBS television movie. And we'll talk all about that stuff, so don't go away. And please, audience, help me welcome David Packer. Hi.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're actually, it's on 12:30. It'll soon be on Aloha Airlines. You'll be able to see it. It'll be on after the Fruit Cup. You'll be able to see it. You know?
Well, you know, did Rosemary give you, I talked to Rosemary, the PR person, and I'm supposed to have the list of questions I'm supposed to ask you?
I gave I gave the questions away to the homeless.
To the
It's
homeless?
a question for the homeless.
No, but
you mean you had a list of questions for me?
Well, that's normally the way I do it, but didn't Rosemary, she didn't give them to you to give to me?
No, she said that that you would have them. The people at home would have them. You'd call in and be like Donahue. Be like,
well, are you enjoying my talk show? Not my
your
talk show.
or my, yeah. You know, it's a lot. I mean, you know, short of really having one, it's a lot of fun because you know it's kind of. I mean, if you don't know the idea of the show, it's a fictional talk show. It's as if we lived in Wisconsin and we had this show and we got picked up for national syndication. So the idea is. Instead of that whole like kind of talk show thing where it's all smooth and very, you know, like Arsenio, where it's just like, now let me ask you, you were a doctor, right? And you're like, no, Arsenio, I wasn't. Yeah, right, but you've been to a doctor, right? Yeah, right, I gotta take a break. Yeah, we'll be back. You know, or like, hey, we're good friends, you know. It's sort of like goofy. I mean, it's what would happen if, and that's what the clip is even, what happens, you know, Jim Belushi comes on the show to plug his movie, but it happens to be the host's birthday, so we guilt him into playing charades with us. And he feels guilty because he didn't bring her anything for the party. So she says, well, what are you going to do? You're going to plug your movie or are you going to play? And he's like, well, I'll play. And then we play, you know, and he gets competitive. And so that's the idea.
Well, why don't we take a look at that clip then?
Why don't we take a look at that clip? Since I brought it with me. Would you like me to set it up? Oh, I already did. Right.
Okay, so this is a clip from My Talk Show for those of you who have not perhaps seen it yet.
That's right.
I got Jim. I got it.
All right. All right. Category. Start with the category. You start with the category.
Give him time now.
All right, here we go.
And go.
Category is.
I walk with a zombie. Night of the Living Dead.
No, not a category. Category.
Bluebeard's Go.
Shut up! What's the category? Okay, forget the category.
How many words?
How many words?
One word.
One word. All right. Now,
Exodus.
not Exodus.
Exodus, the return of the Jews to the homeland. Exodus.
No. How many syllables? Do you know what a syllable is? Do you know, for example, idiot has 3 syllables. Idiot. Syllables. How many syllables?
3 syllables? Would it be the dead zone?
Time's up. Time's up. Time's up. What was it?
Well, it's hard, you know. You get up here, it's different, you know. It's not as easy as it looks, you know.
What is it? What was it?
You wait till you get up here.
What was it?
It's Jaws.
Jaws! Jaws! Like this, Jaws!
Well, that could have been Pac-Man.
Great, great. Oh.
No, that was a lot of fun. He's really, I mean, that's the fun of it, is we get to meet all these people and they come in, you know, William Shatner, all these people came on, and, you know, and I'm a big Star Trek fan, so.
Yeah, well, that is the beauty of it, because in a way, I mean, I don't think any other sitcom could bring in stars in that way.
Exactly, and pay them what we pay them. You know?
Right.
It's a way to get away with it, yeah.
So it was a great concept, and it was mine, and again, somebody else took it.
There you go. But see, yeah, you know. No, it's fun. It was this guy, Bob Tischler, who I had worked with on Eddie Murphy thing called What's Alan Watching. He called me up. He said, do you want to do this? And I said, yeah, it sounds like fun. So, but we do 6 a week, so that's a lot. I mean, on a normal sitcom, you know, you have a whole week to rehearse and see what works, what doesn't work. We do 6. And it's sort of like, do you like this? No, I don't. Let's go, you know. So we just do it. You know?
Do you feel that it suffers in terms of quality, David?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, but once again, it's what do I expect from it? In other words, what we do get is the beauty of some spontaneous stuff happening, because we really don't know what's going to happen.
But you're great at that. I mean, that's kind of almost your forte,
Yeah,
the
I really like it,
spontaneity,
yeah.
which is, I mean, how did you get interested in comedy? Did you start, were you always in?
I used to, all the women I used to date used to just laugh, and they laughed and they laughed and they laughed. So when I got out of bed, I said, you know, I gotta get into something that pays me, because they weren't paying me much, no. I don't know. I didn't take credit cards then. I do now. I mean,
Okay.
So American Express only now. You know, which qualifies you for a free vacation. No, I don't know. I just always was into more serious stuff. But this year I did a pilot for NBC that was a comedy. It didn't get picked up, but you know, so that was the first sitcom-y thing I had done. You know.
Well, speaking of women, actually, I did do a little research.
Yeah.
You know, we can do dirt here.
Right.
Well, so.
This is great, because I think I know what you're going to say.
Oh, really? What am I going to say?
Say it.
No, no, come on.
Okay, I did. I slept with Marge Simpson. I did. It was weird. Wilma Flintstone's really upset, you know. They're jealous cartoon characters.
Yeah.
Well, we shoot at Fox, and The Simpsons rehearse right next door to us.
No,
Yes.
actually, it was a friend of mine that keyed it in, and this may make national news. I don't know, but
Right.
but I heard that it was Marilyn Quayle and Ivana Trump.
It's true. Now, don't hold me to like the whole, you know, my taste in women, but they were rich, they were in town, and you know. I know, that's very funny.
A mutual friend of ours. I mean, I told him I wouldn't.
No, it's okay. It was both of them. It was at the same time.
So it was Alex that told me.
Yes,
I couldn't help
I
it.
know, we can't say
Alex,
that.
I'm sorry.
Alex
I'm sorry.
wrote me a
Yeah.
salon located at the Bell Lodge Hotel. 113. No, no, it's true. It was both of them at the same time. I have a videotape. I have a clip of it actually, if you want to roll that. I got that after visiting the Rob Lowe exhibit at Universal. They give you your own tape. They do all that. It's a hotel room, and you go in.
Right.
And, there's a cutout of Rob, which is actually better than the real thing. Or the same as the real thing. No, I'm only kidding, because you know, I like Rob. I'm just teasing.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh,
not in that
really?
way.
So it's Rob.
Yeah, it's Rob.
Rob and you.
I gotta
So that's
admit
the
it.
real inside
It's
dope.
Rob.
And you.
Rob and Kiefer Sutherland, both of them. And Julia films it. Roberts. Yeah. And I've got a clip of that too.
Okay. Well, listen, the truth is, I want to actually do my show in Wisconsin.
Do you?
Yes,
So
and I
no.
wanted to know if you would come and co-host, you know. I mean,
In
depending.
Wisconsin?
Yes.
The things I've heard about Wisconsin, I'm sorry, I don't
It's
know
beautiful.
that I'd
I've
go to
got
that state.
pictures.
I know
Give
you
me
have
back
pictures.
I
You
went
have
with my
pictures of the
family.
pretty stuff.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Not of like Ed Gacy, you know. Isn't that the guy's name, Ed Gacy?
Oh, the one that killed the women and made lampshades out of them?
Well, No, because I do that. What's wrong with that? No, the guy was like, no, he was like, no, I mean, Wisconsin's like, and I'm not putting down Wisconsin, but
You'd better not.
No, aren't people their own parents there? You know, I mean, it's like real
Who
backwoods.
told you
like,
that?
I just heard that.
That's
you know?
not true.
It isn't?
Although, you know, it gets cold there, you know,
Very cold.
especially where I come from. And we do hold, we are the #1 state for alcoholism, and my county is the #1 county in Wisconsin.
Well, God, I'm proud of that. You know, I mean, if you can't drink worth damn, you know. No, I used to like your hometown back when it was what it was, you know, but now.
It was amazing. Al Capone used to hang
used to
out
hang
in
out
bottles.
there.
His brother was at my wedding.
Bottles?
Yeah.
I thought you said he bottled his brother. I'd like to see that.
No, they all had nicknames.
Did they?
Oh, yeah.
Bottles?
My dad's name was Boney.
Boney?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wonder what.
Scotchy, Tucci, Matrella. Are these great names or what?
Uh-huh. What was your nickname?
Francis the Talking Mule.
The Talking Mule?
Yes, because my last name was Francis. I never liked that. That's not funny.
Oh, so you don't.
You're going to make me cry now.
Really?
That really hurts. I mean, it like strikes a chord that, yeah, really. Now here I
Striking
am.
your chord in me, too. An E flat, actually. And I haven't been tuned up recently, so that's pretty good. I haven't been able to get an E flat, you know?
Oh, okay.
God, Wisconsin.
Yeah, we have a family tradition in the fall, and I went back. It's been a long time since we've done that, but we pick mushrooms. We go in the woods and we pick mushrooms.
And then do you all like take them together? Sit there and go, gee, Ma, you look really good. I'm serious, Mom. Don't you look good? Look at her hair. It's moving. Mom's hair never moves, even in a convertible.
No, no.
She's laminated it.
No, we fry them with oil and garlic.
God.
No.
It's a spicy high, I guess. Not only are you screwed up, but you can kiss anybody. Unless, of course, they all had it, too. It's okay. That's the thing I love about garlic. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you have to say because our caterers service a lot of like garlicky things. You know,
Yeah.
So we have a pack that nobody can have the Caesar salad unless everybody has a Caesar salad.
Right. Well, in fact, Dolly, who's in our audience, said that she sings opera, and two people who were singing arias together, a male and female, who really hated their guts. The woman decided to take a couple of cloves of garlic and make him real angry about that. Okay, so what?
I love those stories that just
I
sort
know.
of go absolutely, you know, they're the cul-de-sac stories.
the cul-de-sac, that's it.
Just keep driving to the end. Just keep going.
I thought you'd save me.
Yeah,
it was funny when she said it. But,
I
you know.
would have, but...
Thanks, Dolly. Okay.
I enjoy it. I used to be an air traffic controller, and
You did?
you know, you'd think I'd say make a left, but I didn't. I just, you know, sometimes it's fun. It's fun to see a good crash and burn.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta
But,
admit that.
David, you're smearing my makeup.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
and
know.
I haven't even touched her, and you know that's true. This guy's like going like this. It's either he wants us to start a revolt, or else he's like saying about this new technique he
Yeah.
learned. He goes,
The only
"Does it
bad
have
thing, but you know, when I have funny people on my show, I look so stupid.
No,
Yeah,
that's
I do.
not true.
It's true.
You don't
it's
look
true.
stupid.
Yeah, because I have this big mouth and I laugh and I laugh over your jokes and people can't hear them.
That's okay. That's the best way to do it. They go, he's really funny. I didn't hear a word he said. But she was laughing a lot. She looked really stupid. Her makeup was running and she had this big mouth.
Yes,
So
it's
that's
true.
it. So you'll make me look good now for saying that. Even the plant's enjoying it. You ever see a ficus laugh?
Oh, yeah, actually, no, this has mushrooms in it too.
So this is an anti-drug climate now, you know what I'm saying? What doesn't have mushrooms in it? You know?
Right, well,
Exactly.
okay.
My shirt's gonna start moving pretty soon if you watch, if they kick in time.
Oh, I had Art Matrano on a couple of times ago. Do you know Art?
But you know, speaking of mushrooms, I had Art, but no, I don't know who he is.
You
I'm sorry.
don't?
I hate to say Art, if you're watching, I'm sorry.
Well,
Who are you?
Art makes me laugh like you make me laugh.
Art makes me laugh too. Did you see that picture?
Police Academy too. He played.
Oh, the picture, the movie.
Yeah. He plays Lieutenant Mauser.
Oh, yeah, right.
Oh.
I'll do that talk show thing now. Oh, right. I love him.
No, he would make me laugh so hard that I couldn't breathe. I used to just beg him to stop because
Really?
I love to laugh.
I guess so. You should sleep with me then because you.
Okay.
And I keep out. There you go. I take American Express, and but I'm gonna have to pre-approve you. I don't know. Give me the card, and I'll run a TRW on you right now.
Oh, well, look good right now. I've had a lot of boyfriends who decided they'd enjoy my credit cards too.
I had a girlfriend once who enjoyed my credit. I rented a car for her, and
Yeah.
she ran up like $600. It was 2.5 years ago. I'm still getting tickets now from this girl.
I have those.
Yeah.
I finally tracked him down that way.
Did you? Mm-hmm. You went by
Yeah.
like a little Goodfellas on
His
head.
grandfather was Luca Navarro.
Oh, who I love. Makes me laugh, Luca. Luca's hysterical. Who's Luca? Now, is Luca some guy that's going to like, am I going to go home tonight and have like some guy named Vinny Tabino come to my house and go,
Luca Navarro.
we'll wake up with a horse's head in my
Right.
bed.
That's it. He was in
I
The
said
Godfather.
horse's head. No. So, you know.
He was the guy that got killed early in The Godfather.
Who didn't get killed early in The Godfather? I mean, no, he was alive at the end of that movie. It's Al Pacino sitting there in a chair going, well, now what? You know, I'm going to wait 13 years and do this, which I hear is really great, The Godfather.
Well,
He's on the cover of Life magazine this month. He's the only guy that intimidates me just looking from a magazine. He's really intimidating. I want to be like him. Not like him. I want to, I want to be like you, Al. I don't really want to be like Al, but,
You know what everybody says about you?
Oh. No. Who's everybody? Nobody knows who I am. Everybody
Okay, everybody I know that knows you,
says.
that you're really going to be a big star.
Really?
Yeah. Now are you embarrassed? Now can you
No,
not
I'm not
be funny?
embarrassed. I just wish, like, when I go into Ralph's, I can say, hey, excuse me. Don't worry about it. I can't pay for this now. But everybody Kathleen Cronin knows. It used to be Kathleen Francis.
Right.
But don't say that to her because it'll make her cry. You're going to have to bring Art Navarro in, and then he'll crack her up. You remember him. He was in Police Academy. He played Lieutenant Costello. Very good friends with Lou Dalala, who blew my head off 2 nights ago.
Oh,
Which
God.
explains why I need the stain remover because of the horse's head.
Right.
That was in my bed this morning. No, thank you. That's really nice. Well, people keep, saying that, but
Now my nose is running. It's not bad enough my eyes are tearing. This is terrible.
keep going, and we're gonna have to see. I can't even see. I could say something.
Well, you can say it.
No, I'm not gonna say.
Listen, on this show,
See,
anything.
she even knows what I'm gonna say.
What?
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Okay.
On this show, can you say anything?
Anything.
Anything? I'm not gonna say it.
Okay.
Who says that? I have to know this now. Someone said. Who Alex says it.
Well, Alex
Alex
says it.
Rodin. Who owns Alex Rodin's salon at the Bell Washington?
And Susan said it.
Susan said that. Wow.
The pretty redhead.
The pretty redhead. Yeah. Who I still like.
Who are you dating?
Madonna. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, she's
I'm
going
not.
out.
I'm dating. I'm not. I don't. I have no time to date.
I know, isn't that the truth? I don't either. And
Yeah.
I'm not even, on the
Now,
board.
if you ask me who I'm sleeping with.
Okay.
Because I do have time for that.
Oh, I don't.
No, I don't either.
So who are you sleeping with?
It's really actually, I have to admit this is really a fun time right now because, I got rid of my roommate. I used to have this roommate who was the nicest girl. She moved in, she was this quiet nanny. She was a nanny. Everyone said she was real quiet. I
Yeah.
go away for the summer to do this Crazy People movie. I was gone for 2 months in summer, come back. The girl has now, suddenly turned into this new waver, I come home, there's
Really?
English people singing about how it rains in England a lot, really loud in the apartment. It's raining in England. Oh, I hate you, Tom, the government. And I'm walking in, and that's just, I finally got rid of her. I have my place all to myself.
I need a roommate.
Do you?
Yeah, I need to move.
Kathleen needs a roommate. Just don't mention the Francis thing.
Where do you live?
Where I live?
No.
Well, you can
Don't
call
tell
me at
them
my
that.
special 976 number,
Right.
and I take American Express.
Okay. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, people know I'm just kidding, right?
About what?
About all this stuff that I've been
How do
trying.
you know people know that? They don't know that.
They don't know that I
I don't
want to
know.
sleep
You
with
might
you
be
and move in
walking
with
down
you.
Rodeo Drive. Some guy might walk up to you and say, "I'm available." I'm
People
from
do.
Wisconsin.
People do.
Yeah.
I mean, people stop me in supermarkets. It's so silly.
they?
Yeah.
Someone stopped. You just reminded me of something.
Yes.
I got the closest thing I ever had to feeling violated. You got to hear this. I was in a supermarket in Hollywood, and this girl walked up, and this was years ago when I first moved here, and she said, "I want to kiss you." I didn't know, this wasn't because she anything. She grabbed me and kissed me, and she stuck her tongue down
Oh,
my
how
throat.
gross.
It
A
was the
woman
most
did that?
Yeah, most disgusting thing in the world. I drove home. I got on the freeway by accident. I mean, you know, I was so freaked out. I came home, I was like, I've been violated, I've been violated. It's really amazing.
Oh.
Now, had it been a
Shame.
Doberman Pinscher, now then it would have been okay.
No,
now,
but-
see, now everyone knows I'm just kidding.
But you weren't kidding about
I
the
was really
incident.
kissed by a woman in like Hughes or whatever.
Shame on you girls out there. That's not nice.
It wasn't girls, it was a girl.
A girl.
A girl.
Well, I don't ever do that.
You don't kiss? I heard that about you.
No,
You're like Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman. I don't kiss. Yeah.
No, kissing's the best.
It is the best, actually.
It is.
I used to
But
not
you have
like
to know
it
how
either.
to.
You do have to know how to.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't.
A lot of people don't. You're right. First girl I ever kissed said I was doing it wrong. That was real nice.
Were you?
No, I grew up reading like, you know, like the American Bicentennial series. So to me, you know, romance was like, you know, you kiss. It's those nice little like, you know,
Yeah, those are the kind I
those
like.
nice kisses, you know.
Yeah, I like that kind.
So this girl, she's a cheerleader in high school, and I'm not a football player, so it was taboo anyway. We weren't supposed to do it. She
Right.
said, don't tell anyone. And we start to kiss, and I'm kissing her nice and softly, nice and softly,
Right.
nice and softly. She goes, you're doing it wrong, and she grabs my face, and again. that's
No,
me.
no.
I'm
David,
a victim of that.
David.
That's why.
That was the #1 incident.
That's why I want to talk about the cause that I'm a big fan of. No, I'm kidding.
No, actually, you're right.
Tongueless people. No, I like that now, but you got to build up to that, you know.
Yeah, well, that's right. I agree.
Uh-huh.
Hey, let's do a series and teach people how to kiss.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay?
Bring up dummies from the audience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Seriously, okay. We'll do it. We'll start tonight.
Okay.
Get on it now, okay.
All right.
This is a good thing about those blow-up dolls, too, because they're like, you know, all the time.
No, are you kidding me?
Exactly.
Do blow-up dolls actually have
But they have
holes?
this great expression. Oh, they have holes. They have many holes. 3.
Are you
to be exact.
serious?
3 holes. You figure them out. Yeah. They do. I know, because I did research on it.
For what?
This book I'm writing on the many uses of latex in your life, actually. Because, you know, as you know, Wisconsin, they're developing new forms of polyester every day there.
Yeah.
And, no, I did. I actually, those dolls are really amazing.
I
See,
just
to
got
me,
that.
I don't, yeah, exactly. Bang, hello.
Well,
no,
I'm
to
from
me,
Wisconsin. What do you expect?
Exactly. It goes over your head, and then you go and you get a cheese whiz. And then you come
Yeah.
no, actually, those blow-up dolls are really funny because, see, I don't know the difference. You turn the lights off, right? You know, it's like you don't know. It's in latex, so it's the same thing. It doesn't move. It's the same thing. You know, I mean, it's like the same thing.
No.
You need a string in the back to pull to say something. See?
They'll probably add that.
Add what? A string on the back? Oh, they do. They do everything, those dolls. They even spend money for you. They do. They do. I'm telling you they do.
Okay.
They do everything. They're like walking hot water bottles. Anyway.
I think I'm going to be embarrassed after this show.
You might be, Kathleen, but how do you think
yeah.
I'm going to feel? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to wake up tonight and say, did I say that?
Yeah,
But I
know.
don't care, you know, because that's what's fun about it. Then,
Well-
like in 6 months, I'll be on the cover of People, you know, and just say,
Yeah.
fresh out of rehab, you know, which isn't true.
Yeah.
You don't have to, see, the way to be a star today is to say you're in rehab. Just check in for a day.
Really? They'll be nicer to you?
No, you just check in for a day. You just go
Okay.
to fresh from hell and back. Back from the brink of hell. I'm back. And people say, what happened to you? It's just, I was in hell.
In hell.
And then you get a series.
And that's one of the books that was written about my hometown, Hurley, Hayward, and Hell.
And you want us to go to Wisconsin. You want me
Yes,
to go to Wisconsin
I do.
and sit there and freeze. Because I'm skinny, you know. I got
Are you?
skinny. I have no butt. You realize that. You know, people say they work their butt off. I literally do.
You did. Oh, so what, if you were me, what would you ask you?
Oh, God. I thought it was over. Now, let's get to the questions now.
Yeah.
Dave.
We've only got about 3 minutes
Oh,
left.
good. I'd just say, Dave, I don't know. What would you ask me? You ask me. It's your show, don't you know? See, I
Don't
only
put it
ask
off on
scripted
me.
questions. Everything's all scripted in my life. I have a script in the car for what I'm going to say tonight when I go home.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I noticed one thing,
What?
that whoever it is that I have as my guest, that I'm very schizophrenic when it comes to, I'm a schizophrenic talk host.
This is nice.
No, I am.
Pretty
It's
soon she's
true.
going to say, I'm a schizophrenic household. Disemboweled on the air tonight. On RSVP Hollywood.
No, I can be very serious. Would
Okay,
you believe
what have
it?
you noticed? Before we run out of time, I want to know what you've noticed.
About you?
Yes. Uh-oh. What?
You're darling. I'm a big fan of yours. I've been watching the show, and I think that a lot of people watch that show because I've been asking. I mean, I've been asked. Yeah, they're watching, and people should know that it's been moved.
Yeah, it's been
to
moved.
12:30.
It's been moved, like I said.
Because they say, well, did it go off the air?
No. It's just like a thing they do. They move things around. It's nothing to worry about it. Sure. No, we moved it later. It's going to be after Win, Lose, or Draw. You know what I mean? After the Home Shopping Network, you're on.
Should I ask you a serious question?
Yes.
What's the most important thing to you
About what?
in life?
No molars. No, the most important thing to me is just to keep. I saw an interview with K.D. Lang once,
Yeah.
who I wasn't a big fan of until I saw this interview. And someone said to her something about, "Do you like singing or something?" She goes, "I'm a singer," And the most important thing to me is doing what I do because it makes me feel really good. Makes me feel plugged in, like that Circuit City ad.
Right.
Not to plug Circuit City, but that big building that goes. When it's good, man, it's good. Then you go home and it's just you and the four walls. That's why you got to bring groupies home.
Anybody want to come in? Audience?
Yeah, really. Send a stamp addressed envelope.
David,
Yes.
I hate to say goodbye to you because I've had more darn fun.
Thank you. I had a great time. The ficus tree had a blast.
And the mushrooms, they're growing, they're growing.
Yeah, so is your dress. No, thanks. I had a great time, too. This is great. And if you do want to go out, you just send a picture and a letter describing in 25 words or less how far you'd let me get with you on the first date. And we'll evaluate that.
I'll be the first one to put the letter in.
Thanks.
Okay.
That's sweet. Thank you. I had a great time. Wow.
Thanks. And thank you so much. And thank you, audience, for being here. And thanks for watching RSVP Hollywood again. And please let us know that you're out there. Give us a call. Make sure you send in those cards and letters. And I will forward them to David. I'll make sure of it. I'll read them first, but what can I say? Bye-bye. Kind of give us a synopsis of the beginnings of your wonderful business that turned into...
That's interesting. I haven't shared that story in a long time. I was working for a company with Dick Goodwin, who's still connected with us. Mm-hmm. And we became very good at what we were doing, and so I wanted to do more. And and I asked Dick if there was something I could do in addition to what I was doing. I was the chief engineer and then the sales engineer there at the company. And that was kind of at that time, this is back in 1958, 1959, long time ago, and it was an exciting time. So he said yes, and I started building and doing some design work on the side for that product, which happened to be cable assemblies or interconnecting devices. So I started Engineering, Design, and Development was the name of the company. And our first year we did $7,000. Boy, that was a lot of money. Second year we did $14,000, and we kind of
Doubled the
that.
business.
And became larger than the other company, and then asked Dick to join us. We started in a little place in Pacoima, which is almost a ghetto in the Los Angeles area. It was at that time, and now it's becoming better. And we were there at that facility for 25 years, and the people, that's where you and I worked.
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, during the Carter administration, we went into the solar business a little bit, and I kind of took a deviation from that business, met you, and we
You
had
got real deviated.
yeah, oh boy, deviated septum. We had a wonderful time, right? And we went back and built that business up, made a high-class company out of it, I think, brought some people from the ground up, and made available to those employees that core sense, foundational feeling of family and business, where you can work in a place you feel good about. You're not, if you're doing well, you're not concerned about getting fired or run off the lot or whatever it might be. That I don't know if I answered that question. We started.
Well, I know when I met you, many of the employees had been there for 15 years, 16 years. It really was a family setting, and that was partly due to the way that you conduct business. And we did many things for the employees that were perhaps unconventional to other companies. We really did care about them, and we brought them up with us, and we created a vision for them so that everybody felt like we were going into that vision, and we actually accomplished it. And I think that ED&D was at a point, what was the 5th in the country of its kind?
Okay, that became later on when you and I brought the company back up to something that was both quality related and dealing with high reliability products, and gave and I'll say this, gave the employees that sense of belonging, and not just a place to work, and a place to go home feeling good about. Yes, I was a part of the contribution there. We went from around 40 employees to almost 110, not a great big company, but there's many of those companies in this country, and that's kind of the point that I wanted to talk about.
Sure.
So I have now an objective to talk about what's happening with America.
Right.
Why isn't it the industrial world leader like it was at one time? And I think that this has something to do with it. So going back to that time when you and I brought that company up to a place where people could belong, and it was clean, and it was exciting, then we took, we asked our partner at that time to sell his position to Sunbank Electronics, which is Roy Coates' company, and Roy and I knew each other. We started our companies at the same time back in the late 50s. And so we joined, and that combination went from, let's say we were 150th out of the types of companies that we were, to number 5 in the country. And then what we want to talk about a little later happened, and that, I think, just disappeared a tremendous opportunity for not only employees, but for America. That kind of dream that can happen with a company. And Linda, and you and Linda shared some of the same connection with the employees. You worked with them, showed them how to conserve, showed them how to make the best efficient manner occur in their productivity, and we worked with these people. We even brought people in and did a seance, as you said last time, once a week or once a month.
Well, let's clear that up. It wasn't a seance exactly. But it was a way to help stress and meditation and introduce them to some other methods. Yeah.
And it was in support of the company.
Absolutely. And in support of the individuals.
The individual became the company. That's magic. And there's a lot of companies now that are maybe larger or mid-sized and larger, where there's a lot of complaints about their position in the workplace, about the boss, about the administration, about the company. And there wasn't any of that going on at that time because they knew we were concerned about them. We were training the heck out of them. We even gave
We sure did.
we gave us guys, the white eyes, we gave us the lessons on how to speak Spanish. And Linda was instrumental in that, giving the Hispanics English lessons. And everybody started talking together. And the tremendous strength that that brings up in the foundation. They didn't have to worry about the foundation. Their abilities became better. They became, we were talking about earlier, they became strong in the community. They became connected with the school board. They became something that was contributing to America from their small place because of this place of employment.
Yeah, they had a real sense of belonging and community. And the sense of community came out of this is my opinion, came out of their wonderful security and support in their business. And they carried that out into their personal lives in their community and really made a difference, not just in the company, which was incredible, but in the community as a whole. And I think that's one of the things that we're missing so sorely right now is that sense of community that people can carry from their workplace, that they can receive the kind of support and acknowledgement at work that makes them feel so well received in the communities where they really feel comfortable, like they belong here. They really belong. And that's a big, important thing. That's my opinion.
Well, I agree with you completely, and I think that something that we should probably frame for our viewers is that this incredible company doesn't even exist anymore as it was, and that was part of what we really wanted to make known to the public. And also, we would really enjoy any comments from you, some of you that may have had similar situations, or those of you that have had corporate takeovers, things like this. Where, a company that was really quite magical, like ED&D really was. It was a family feeling. And I think that, there is so much stress and so much pressure in just about everything, and it gets worse. And to give the employees something that was there at ED&D, and I think you said it so well, Linda, people don't mind working hard. It takes some of the stress and the misery out. I mean, everybody has to work. Nobody wants to. If it was our preference, we'd all walk in the woods in Wisconsin, and I may end up there anyway. Forget about eating. Anyway, I tell you, you just wonder what's the point.
Yeah.
So
along that line, Kathleen, that it became fun. That's one thing I missed talking about, that you brought to the employees, and Linda brought the employees absolute fun.
Yeah.
We had Employee of the Month thing. We had
Babies of the month.
Babies of the month. You had pictures of the babies all over the
That's
place.
right.
We had potluck lunches
every holiday.
And I tell you, those
Big
women could cook.
Made up
and
holidays.
They felt so good. Can you eat that hot sauce? Let's see.
Right.
And it was wonderful to touch them, to put your arms around them, to
That's
hold them, to be with them during difficult times, and during the times it was fun. They had fun at their work. These people had fun. And I'm going to say that for the most part.
Yes.
And much different than some of the larger companies. So much so that ED&D then, when it joined Sunbank, became kind of a leader. Sunbank says, well, we want to do some of that. How come you're so productive? How come these people are so happy? When you guys come to the picnic, we had a big company picnic.
Right.
You'd win the volleyball thing. You'd win the tug of war. You'd win how come? Well, we're having a great time. It's a lot of fun. So that kind of disappeared. And we had people there for 25 years, not just 10, 13 years, 25 years.
That's right.
And there's a thing that happened. So part of the story, if I can go on with the story, was we joined Sunbank, and a very good friend of mine, in Roy Coates, got sick a year after, the kind of cancer that you die real quick with. And we said, don't die. You and I, remember? He said,
Yeah,
take
we
the
did our best.
wheatgrass, do this program, and you won't die. Not that we knew, however, we had some experience. And he took the wheatgrass, and he got better. Then he said, I don't want to do that anymore. And he ended up dying. During that time, though, he said, I need to sell the company and take care of my estate. And I think he did a fairly good job in selling the company. After the fact now, I have a real concern about the people that bought it. It's a personal concern, my opinion, and my experience, that that company that bought Sunbank did not have any concept and may have had a plan on getting rid of companies like this. That's what I say has, if we're going to deal with the core of America, I say, for what it's worth, that there's something about that that deals with taking those employees, dissipating them into the walls, into the grasses, into the whatever. They got to recover. I had to recover. I'm not concerned about my recovery. I mean, we have that ability and that strength. But what happens when I go recover? I start from ground zero, I build up. Matter of fact, now I'm with a company, Southern California Braiding, who's got a guy who's led it for 17 years, Leo McIntyre. Incredible man. He's got the same drive that we used to have. And he's got that ability to care for the employees. And he teaches them how to run all this equipment. And now he has with him people that like to do that too. This company's going to be another one of those in about 5 or 6 years. So we lose 5 or 6 years of what I could have done, I'll use myself, or anybody could have done, you could have done, Linda. What if you'd have stayed there? I mean, the employees went nuts with her anyway, because here's this lady that has her face on the tube, and now she's their friend. You know, that was an extra plus. And these people at Jocelyn didn't like that. Something about that, something, and I don't know how to read that, something about that. And I'll say this now, they're inappropriate people, my opinion and my experience. And I think they had a plan about it, and I think that's what's wrong with America. And their company.
Because it's to another advantage.
Yeah, well, let's say there was a stock advantage, somehow or another, that they can print in their quarterly report something about this. If they took on this company, had some tax advantage, gained some cash somewhere, they could pay their dividend better, because they're a dividend-paying stock. And I'll say this, in the short term, that stock's going to take a dive somehow or another. That's my forecast, for what it's worth. Okay, and I'm not an expert at that. I want to say that's a forecast. These people are inappropriate, and that nice company is going to go into the somewhere because of that, those kinds of people. And I've got an agenda now, somehow or another, to take these kind of people out there in the universe. If you've had this experience, contact Kathleen and we'll get together. We'll go out there and make a difference. America has the ability, the people, the desire, the willingness to be the #1 industrial nation in the world. Doesn't have to be defense products. Again, doesn't have to be defense products. We're in the defense business. My partner now, Leo McIntyre, is the greatest guy in the world, I think, right now, because he has the same objective. And we're serving the heck out of the customers. And most of those companies out there don't care about the customer. Matter of fact, they're mad at them. That's not okay. That's not America. So that's my objective, Kathleen. And I really appreciate you taking the time to let us come on the show and talk about that.
Well, I think it's important, and I think that, you know, there is so much happening. Certainly the economy is such that people don't know what's going to be coming up next, and people, I think people are afraid and confused, and all of those wonderful employees I know are out there struggling because they had a kind of situation that I know is unique. I believe that ED&D was breaking ground in areas that you were leading the way for other companies to notice that. And I just know that to be true. And we were all a part of it. And the excitement of seeing that productivity can also create you know, you don't have to crack the whip, although you're certainly setting objectives, but there's a way to get people to do things because they want to do them, because they feel appreciated. And now I know some of those people I know are faced with some real dilemmas out there,
Yes.
even though they may have certain skills that they can use in other ways, but many of them were trained to do very specific things in the
Yes.
company, and they were excellent at it, and we did send them to trade schools and even some communication workshops and all these things that helped make them better employees, better people, and more satisfied in what they were doing.
Yeah.
You know, you had a personal experience with one young man that came from Guatemala
Yes.
and couldn't speak English,
Yes.
looking for a job, not a down and outer, but aggressively looking for a place to land.
Walked
You-
in off the street.
You gave him a job at our company. He became one of the top producers at the company.
Yeah.
Certainly not out of whipping somebody into line.
Started as a janitor,
Yeah.
taking my job over.
You know,
We did every job.
We were all
and,
doing that.
We did everything. That was what we did.
and now, at the end, at ED&D, he was a top producer. Now he's gone, had to start over, having some real difficult times.
Yes.
But there was a guy who could have taken his energy and even gone further. That's the part of the story. Another thing was with this little company, when we joined with Sunbank, there was a couple of people that weren't able to keep up. Jim Gilson, who was I don't want to say he wasn't able to keep up. Jim Gilson, who was
Well,
with me
things
for
changed.
for 25 years.
Yeah.
We said we're going into the $8 to $10 million range, a small company, yeah. To take him into that arena would have been damaging to him. In fact, we tried it for 6 months, and it was a damaging thing for both of us, a difficult thing. So we had to readjust, went back to school and learned some things, and said to Jim, you're really good at what you do. Why don't we assist you in starting your own business? We'll give you some of the stuff that you can do better, make more money for us, and it'll be a top quality product. So
Yeah, I wonder how many companies do that instead of
so
just boot them out the door.
It's satellited.
Absolutely.
Took care of those people. They cared for us, we cared for them.
Mm-hmm.
And the big company types, in my experience anyway, out of here, you're threatening to me, so out of here. I don't know what the threatening thing was, but I heard those words. We want him out of our life. We want him out of the way so they can do their thing, their manipulative thing.
But don't you think, I mean, this is the sad comment, I think that everything is about the bottom line, and we're talking dollars and cents. People don't care, they say we don't have the luxury, or whatever it is. But let's face it, people don't give a damn anymore.
But the bottom line is that the dollars and cents come with the productivity and with the ability of the employee to produce. And as long as the employee is stressed and strained, it's going to be a push every month to make your nut. When the employee is able to expand, to constantly grow and expand, and be supported in such a way that that employee feels certain within him or her that they can do the job that's necessary, they're able to push way past anything that could be accomplished by an employee that's under the whip all the time.
And they get excited about it when they're not under the whip.
And the money gets made faster, the money gets made cleaner, you sleep better at night, and you know that you've made a contribution.
Right.
And your pockets are full.
Well, what really happened? What really happened with Jocelyn Corporation and ED&D Electronics? I mean, because of course I was gone by that time, and it was you and Doug that.
It was, I feel there was a plan about that before they bought the company. They said to me various things that I'll attest to. And I'm attesting that they said these things. You will make more money and the company will be better off if you sell to us than if you kept it by yourself. So we sold them 80% of the company, or sold them another 29%. They own 51 by buying in Sunbank. We will not change a thing. You can maintain your autonomy and keep on with your program. Now, put a thing in there that, I went to school, studied real hard, whatever. Not making myself a martyr, but studied real hard to become better than I was at this new thing, taking care of people. And the thesis was called Spirituality and Productivity. And
at Pepperdine.
Yeah, at Pepperdine University, wonderful place. And that was a controversial thesis, but it was based on ED&D. When we took the people, communicated with them, and their productivity rose measurably, and the people felt better. Okay, when Jocelyn read, I gave them my thesis to read before they bought the company, because I said, you sure you want to buy this company? Why do you want to buy this company? So, well, because it's the one that has the greatest potential to grow. So I was easily seduced because it was right down my alley. I want to do this. I want to be part of a great team. So Jocelyn then purchased it. Within the first 2 months, they fired the president of Sunbank, who was a great guy, brought the company from 5 million to 40 million, 36 million or whatever. And so you sensed a trend. They asked Linda to leave early on.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yeah. So there was something about that. There was something different.
Yes.
Regardless of the value that she had, a tremendous value. Then they asked me to step aside from operations into sales, and then you can grow, go up in the ranks of the company. You can become a VP of Jocelyn if you do these certain things. Okay, I'll do that. I left the company, and like I said in the last show, if when the champion leaves, and there's the person that cares for the product, knows the people that build the product, when that leaves, something happens. Then big company, both politics and accounting methods came into the company. The company was paying more attention to the paper than they were to the product. So the company is now out of business. That's devastating to some of those folks. It's hard enough for me. I'll take my hit and I'll go forth. But those people that were there, the excitement that they had in their lives, that's devastating. That's disaster. That's cruel. I don't know if it's illegal, but boy, it's cruel to those folks. But I love those people.
Of course.
And they knew that we loved them.
Yeah.
And we were having a lot of fun with those folks.
I know that.
Yeah.
Small business and medium-sized business, that type of thing, has always been the backbone of this country. And unfortunately, when big business became aware of the tax advantages in buying small companies and strangling them
That's the
and
problem.
tossing them in the ash can, it became like, oh boy, here's a way to make some more bucks,
That's
guys.
it.
Let's take these companies, you know, and that's, listen, we can't necessarily blame the guys for wanting to make a few extra bucks. However, when you're taking people's lives in your hands, and that's really what you're doing, and you've got to have some sense of responsibility about that. And in my opinion, there was no sense of responsibility about any of the people who were involved in the company. This is from our own personal experience, and not necessarily from my experience out there in the rest of the business world, because I haven't been out there. But I do know that there are a number of small businesses that have been taken over, dumped in the ash can, and tossed. And the people who were part of those companies are the blood of this country. Those companies are the backbone that makes this country great. We can't do that and expect to continue to produce and keep our nation at the level that we want it to be at.
Well, I, for one, and I know you two are also in that arena, and we're asking those of you who are viewing to please let us know how you feel about that and give us a call, and let's see if we can make some impact in this area.
Oh, good.
Time's up again.
Yeah,
Rats.
that's fast.
Thank you for being
Yeah,
here, both
thank
of you.
Thank you, sweetie.
And yeah, well, I was cold before. You guys warmed me up. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.